Welcome to Big Ten in 10, Big Ten Women's Soccer, a 10-minute look with the coaching staffs from all 14 Big Ten teams and one distinguished alumni. I'm Dean Linke alongside former Northwestern All-Big Tenner Hannah Davison, now with the Chicago Red Stars, and today we talk Minnesota Golden Gophers with Stefanie Golan. Hard to believe, now in her 9th season in Minnesota land, and who could forget the phenom Rashida Beal, the 2016 Big Ten Defender of the Year. Welcome to all three of you.
Thanks so much, Dean. Happy to be here.
All right, well, let's get rolling, Stefanie. Obviously, it's a strange time, but 9 seasons in Minnesota. You've had an impressive run. What makes Minnesota so special?
Minnesota is it's an amazing place. You know, first of all, we're the only D1 program in the state. And so, you know, when teams come and play us, they feel like they're playing against the entire state of Minnesota, which I think is pretty awesome. You know, we've got the college town feel being in between two big cities, excellent education. Our facility is fantastic. And, you know, we're the team that people kind of forget about at times. And then we jump in and bite you on the backside of it. You know, like we always talk within the program about how, you know, everybody from the outside looking in sees all the challenges. And so they don't expect us to be what we feel like we really truly are, and that's a competitor within the Big Ten. And you know, we've got that little bit of a chip on our shoulder, and we love it.
And I've definitely been on the receiving end of that at Northwestern. But I think it's safe to say that you guys are no longer really in the process of building something special, but you have created something that is sustainable as you continue to see success year after year. What do you attribute to this success that has enabled you to consistently, you know, compete for the Big Ten title?
I think it's players like Rashida Beal. You know, it's student athletes who see what we see and believe what we believe in, and they want to be a part of this absolutely special environment. And you know, they have that little bit of a chip on their shoulder and kind of have that every single day, that desire to prove themselves and to put Minnesota on the map. So it's people like Rashida, you know, taking a chance on the program and helping us be what we are.
Great assist by Coach Golan as we go to Rashida Beal. It's like a great pass during her Duke playing days. Rashida, we go to you, and I got to tell you, a big smile on my face because you were an absolute beast in the anchor, and you were surrounded by a lot of great players. What do you remember about your time as a Golden Gopher?
It was definitely a time that I would go back to if I could. Every year had new challenges and times where you don't want to be running the fitness or it's just tough. But year after year, we grew as a team. I grew as an individual player and as a leader on the team. So it was really incredible to look back and see how much the program and me and my teammates changed and developed over the course of those 4 years. And I think we left behind what we wanted to, which was to continue the legacy that we had from classes above us and continue to bring people in below us that would want the same thing for the program.
Not only as a team, we're Big Ten champs, but then tournament champs. You guys were the 4th seed going into the NCAA tournament, and then individually earning the team's MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and an All-American. Can you just talk about how exciting that season was to be a part of?
That season was definitely one I always think about and talk about, even as I'm continuing to play now. And it was just a really special one because, like I said, it was something that was in the process for 3 seasons before that. It wasn't just kind of a random thing. It was something that we all were working together on for year after year until we got to that point. So it kind of was like everything finally coming together. And I definitely attribute my personal success to my teammates in the program because I wouldn't have gotten there without them. Being a defensive player, it's not just about what you're doing, it's about that unit, especially in the back. So I definitely appreciate my teammates at the time, and just the program as a whole was a really good experience, and it was kind of like a awesome way to go out.
Stefanie, Rashida is one of several of your players playing overseas now. How does that make you feel when you see your players keep playing at the next level?
I mean, that's everybody's dream, right? Like you kind of want to play as long as you can. And I think especially when you have a good experience in college, you know, like wanting to take that jump and getting the opportunity to do so is really, really fulfilling for us. And I think one of the things that they learn is how good they have it in college, right? You know, like when you go overseas and, you know, the facilities aren't quite the same, you know, the people, you know, that you have surrounding your program who really make things go. It's different. And, you know, and at the college level, so much of it is about the culture. It's about that team, and it changes when you take that next step. So I think that it helps them to be even more grateful for the experience that they had at the college level, you know. But somebody like Rashida, who had to really, really fight to get where she is and hit some adversity and setbacks along the way in her journey, to still be doing what she's doing is just remarkable. And we're super, super proud of her.
Yeah, it was awesome. Like right out of college after that stellar senior season, you're drafted into the NWSL by Kansas City, and then jump-started your international career in Germany. We know the Big Ten produces a lot of professional athletes, but I believe in Germany you actually play with another former Big Ten alum, Patricia George. What is that like to be able to go overseas, new team, new environment, and make those Big Ten connections?
Yeah, so it was really special because we actually partly got over there because of Janelle Flaws, also from Illinois. So she had been on the team for about 2.5 years and kind of helped us and a few other players. So that was like a really cool experience right off the bat to have other Big Ten people. And I already was friends with Janelle. And then Patricia and I actually flew out of the same airport before we knew each other. And we did become Big Ten frenemies, as we call it. But yeah, it was really great to have kind of that mutual understanding and experience in the Big Ten. So you just have so many connections you don't even realize, you know, just in when we're talking. That was really helpful to have someone else that played in the similar situation, and we already had, you know, things in common because of that. But the other Americans also played in really good conferences were there as well. So it was a really cool experience to have so many of us, and to just have some like Big Ten alumni friends right off the bat was great.
Rashida, as a woman of color, now is a big time as we stand against racism and we fight for equality and opportunity. Now Minnesota, under the direction of Stefanie Golan, has just hired a Black assistant coach, which is huge. The Big Ten has a Black commissioner now, which is huge. Talk about the importance of keeping that dialogue going.
Yeah, I just think it's definitely something that can't be forgotten or pushed under, and having more, well, especially women of color in different positions like that, it's really encouraging and important for players at all stages, you know, looking up to see that role model and to see what they've been able to do. And it really just helps to bring that perspective, which I think is really important. And I was really excited to actually see the hire of Maya Hayes, because she was a player I definitely looked up to a lot and was scared of my freshman year in the Big Ten. So I'm really excited to see what she's able to do there and what kind of she brings to the conversation as well.
Steph, comment on the hiring of Maya Hayes. That was big.
Yeah, no, we were really excited about it. You know, as the position came open, you know, and we're kind of going through kind of your Rolodex of people, right? Of, you know, hey, this person might be a good fit, that person might be a good fit. I called Erica, and I was like, you know, what's Maya doing? Because she had been on the staff as a grad assistant down at Auburn when we went down and played them in the tournament a couple years ago. And I met Maya like after she graduated. Obviously, like we competed against each other, but I met her along the way and had always been impressed by her. And Erica's like, yeah, she should definitely be interested in this position. And it did not take long for it to like really, really click and become evident that this is the person we needed to hire for so many different reasons. But, you know, she's here, we're working, and, you know, she brings a smile to everything that we do, which is just absolutely infectious. Like smiles. And, you know, you think about back when you played against her, and like there were no smiles, you know, so it's a different side of Maya that we're getting to see, and one that we hope translates onto the pitch as well.
All right, let's end with a smile and ask Rashida Beal this, kind of similar to the first question, but smaller. When you think of the Minnesota Golden Gophers and your time there, what does it mean?
It's a really special time. I learned a lot of life lessons, not just about athletics, but it's really a time for me of growth. And I learned a lot of important things there from teammates, from my coaches, and just from my own experience. So it's definitely a time I look back on fondly, and I bring those lessons with me in my everyday life. And I would say probably the number one thing is resilience, because we were a team of grit, of like that blue collar work ethic all of the years. And it only took the time for us to also develop the unity around that and to be able to get those 2 Big Ten championships because of that. So I really take those lessons I learned there and the resilience I gained there through even bigger challenges that I've been.
Rashida Beal, former Big Ten Defender of the Year. I don't remember a player ever beating you in the games I was able to call. You were outstanding and a great choice by Stefanie Golan to have you on. Rashida, Stephanie, Hannah, thanks for being with us. Big Ten in 10, Minnesota women's soccer.